Buenos dias from Honduras.
Buenos dias.
Fine Friday morning. We're just kind of giving everybody an update of what's going on in Honduras. You might think, well, what more could be happening than what has happened? I think we're up to 318 cases in Honduras, primarily in two cities, Tegucigalpa and San Pedro Sula. As of right now, there's none in Copan Reines. There's one case in La Entrada. Copan is like a state, like Kentucky or Texas or Colorado. So there's one in Copan in the whole entire state. You might be thinking, wow, those are fascinating numbers. That's awesome. You guys are on your way. Well, again, because of the medical care system, they treat it a little bit more, the severity of it than what maybe a state in the United States might think. Hey, only 300 cases, that's great. Because again, if this, was rampant in the public, it would be devastating. And also too, they're not doing the type of testing in the States as they are doing here. So they're taking some drastic measures in San Pedro Sula. They're requiring everybody to wear masks in San Pedro Sula, so they're going to now start passing out masks in San Pedro Sula. I don't know how many people are in San Pedro Sula, maybe 1 million, 2 million people. So that's a lot of effort there. But as far as us here, we said in the other video, we're in lockdown. We cannot leave the house but once a week. So Nancy's on Monday, I'm on Friday. I already went out this morning and got some food and things like that. What we're doing is we have passed out food to our pastors, the ministers that we're connected to, and then we have asked our two key pastors that we work with, Oscar and Fabio, who is hungry in your church? Who needs help? So what we did is, I believe, what was it, Wednesday, we went and got food there, and you can see some photos on our website. We're going to post on Facebook. We passed out food to families that we have identified that's hungry. Honduras is trying to pass out food. I'm not saying that they're making the proper efforts, but I can say that I would question how far that food will go. That's probably a fair statement. This morning I went and had a meeting with Pastor Oscar on some various things. And in my heart, not only are we trying to distribute food to those that we identify that is hungry, but also in my heart, I feel like we need to be a part of the community. So we're making some connections to where to go out and help distribute food that the community's distributing, and then World Vision's distributing as well. So we're going to take a part in that. So, as far as, other than volunteering in the community, as far as identifying families of feeding, we have taken our neighbors on as well. You're sure quiet. You're not saying anything. Basically our neighbors, they're a sweet older couple. For whatever reason, their primary income was from their family in the United States. Their family is no longer working, so now they really don't have any source of income. So God has really put them on our hearts. So we are just, as we go grocery shop, we're shopping for them as well. We bring them groceries. So, and then like I said, we've identified families. I think we're up to feeding 28 families, roughly about 28 families right now. That's what we're feeding right now. So, and then obviously we're just going to continue on looking at other families. Again, we want to help those that maybe are, a missing link within the distribution of the community as far as the municipality or the city. We want to find those that for some reason they haven't got provisions, or maybe the provisions that they got, it's not going far enough. And then so, again, that's what our effort is. I told Pastor Oscar and Fabio, next week we're going to do the same thing. We're going to identify some people. So other than that, I wish I had some great, crazy stories to tell you, other than, again, we're just trying to help feed people. What time we do have down. I'm reading books. Nancy's listening to a lot of messages. So if anything, it's a time of feeding spiritually for us as well, that we can read books and study and pray. And then obviously there's other, I can play some video games and things like that. But 24 hours is a long day when you're locked in your house for the last, 3 to 4 weeks now that we're...
Since, technically, March 15th, we went in lockdown.
Yeah.
And we were actually, prior to that, in kind of like a semi-lockdown, but it wasn't really. We were able to, we just couldn't have congregations of over, I think, 50 people. And so we did our medical the 15th, and that was the last that we were able to do anything as far as in a group. But I did want to share a little bit about what I have decided to do with the children's ministry. The curriculum that I write, I'm actually forwarding it to the pastors, and then the pastors are then now extending it to the families in their home via WhatsApp, via the phone, and families can sit down at the table and they can minister to the children. I mean, the material is so basic, so it gives them something to minister at the home every day. I can forward this to them every day. So that's a little bit on our part, as well as the radio informations or the radio messages, and things are still going out. So amen.
Yeah, she mentioned radio, and I did mention before, I recorded several radio messages. Pastor Oscar said those are definitely on the radio. And then next week they're kind of relaxing a little bit, meaning they've extended, they went from 3 days to every day, Monday through Friday, that you can go out, but you still have to go out on your special day. So I feel like there's a little slight relaxation. So we may be doing some more radio messages. We can get Kati over here and work with her and do some more radio messages. So really, giving a message of hope, feeding people, feeding on the word, spending time in prayer. Those are some of the things that we're looking at. So anyway, just an update to everybody that supports us, that's involved in our lives, our ministries. Thank you so much. It's just amazing to see what God does and how he does things and who he uses and stuff. And it's just amazing under the circumstances that we're in. It's pretty cool to see what God is doing. So,
well, you also have to remember, there's over 5,900 missionaries that have actually left Honduras. You think them communities that they were at and ministering at are sitting vacant. And I just pray that, all what the missionaries have imparted in their lives and their communities, that the people will grip a hold of that and take that and see how much faith they've actually grown from the missionaries being in that area. That is a big jump to the U.S. and leaving communities without those missionaries. So it's going to require a little bit on the Hondurans' part to take a hold of what they've been taught for several years here and apply it in their lives. So I think it's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, love you all. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and thank you for being a part of our lives. Thank you for your prayers and just your covering over us and just being there for us. So God bless you all. Bye-bye.